Steve, I'm going to get you a cool transition of me zooming out from pressure.
Yeah.
I'm recording.
So, pressure is a way of thinking about like how force is spread out across an area. So, for instance, if you're out there walking in the snow, if you don't have your snowshoes on, your feet sink really deep down into the snow. But if you put your snowshoes or your skis or your snowboard on, that's got a much bigger area than the bottoms of your feet. And so, bigger area, lower pressure, you don't sink as far into the snow. So pressure is like a way of helping us think about how force and area are kind of related to each other. Same thing if you go to any of those old time dance halls, like the Coldtinga Hall, you notice all those like stiletto stabs in the floor. So it turns out that it's the ladies that do the most damage to the dance floor with the tiny, tiny little area on the bottom of their dancing shoes that stabs into the floorboards, whereas the gentlemen, even though they're heavier on average, aren't doing as much damage because they have got big clumpy shoes that spread out their force over a much greater area, so lower pressure. Mathematically, we can do it. Pressure is force over area. What's force measured in? Force in newtons. Area? What's area measured in? Meters squared, square meters. And so who can extrapolate from those a unit for pressure?
Newtons per meter squared.
Nice.
Yes.
Newtons per metre squared, or it's got its own special unit, and you pump up your tyres and you do them in kilopascals usually, but your pascals. Even if the old unit, the pounds per square inch, is like more common, most people know how many PSI they put in their tyres, and they don't know how many kilopascals they put in their tyres of their bike or their aeroplane or whatever you're pumping up. But newtons per square metre makes sense if we're thinking about like our weight on our shoes, but if we're pumping something up, we're actually measuring the pressure directly, you'll usually get that readout in pascals or kilopascals. Happy with that? It's easy, eh?